Hi, I'm Chip Rome with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. Today we are at Yough River Park here in Connellsville, and joining me is Ron Haggerty. Hello, Ron.
How you doing?
No,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to have you here. Nice to have the sun out. And Mike Parlak. Hello,
How
Mike.
are you today? Glad to be here.
Yeah, good to have you here. So these gentlemen are actually board members for the General Braddock's Fish Club, and they are actually going to have an event here at Yough Park, and Ron is going to tell us about that. There's a lot happening, so stay tuned and listen close.
Well, we're bringing back the third annual Yough River Rally this year. It'll be June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down here on the riverbanks. And, last 2 years have been really good. And as you know, we brought this back this is an old event that we had back in Connellsville back in the 70s and 80s. And we've kind of rejuvenated it now and brought it back to the way it is now.
It's been very popular, too. I mean, the first year that you come out would have been, 21, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
And that was the first thing, like, after COVID.
After COVID, that was the first big event after COVID, and it was good. It was a good event for us. We had a lot of people out, and I think everybody was ready to get out at that point.
Yeah, they were. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Want to talk a little bit about some of the activities you have going on?
For Friday, we like the previous years, we brought a lot of the local food, local vendors, local drink. So we have, like our Yough Brewing Company is going to be here. Helltown Brewing in Mount Pleasant's coming. We have local foods from everywhere around here coming to set up our food vendors, which will be behind us. Like you could see how we fixed up the area, the riverbanks here for the food vendors that'll line the riverbanks. So it should be a good night. We got a couple good bands on Friday. We're going to have Abacus Jones to start things off, probably around 5 o'clock or so. And we're going to follow that up with the Clarks again. We were able to bring them back again this year, which last year that was the crowds down here that we had were unbelievable. So we're hoping that if the weather stays as good as we've been the last couple of years, that we pull them same crowds again this year.
Yeah, you've been really blessed with the weather, and we'll pray that that's the case this year too, because that makes the difference.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yes, so Friday night starts. It's in the evening, right?
Friday starts around 4:30.
Okay.
We'll start with the music around 5. And we'll end around between 10 and 11 is what time we'll end.
Okay. That gets the weekend kicked off, and Saturday's a big day too.
Yeah, Saturday's a big day also. Saturday, we'll start off in the morning with a kids fishing derby and an adult fishing derby. Okay. And we end up running that. So Mike could talk a little bit more about that on the fishing end of it.
Mike, you want to talk about the fishing derby?
Yeah, it's going to be similar to the first 2 years. We're going to be giving away Bass Pro Card prizes and $50 and $100 amounts for different categories of trout. In all 3 age groups, we are going to have a under 12, 12 to 16, and over 16 age group. We'll be putting 2,000 of our own fish from the General Braddock's Fish Club Nursery in the river just prior to the start of the event. We have 100 lunker tagged trout that are going to be coming from Laurel Hill, and 20 tagged lunker catfish for the Mr. Whiskers contest. We're going to be giving out a substantial monetary prize for the Mr. Whiskers contest.
Explain to me what the Mr. Whiskers, that's hard to say, contest is.
Yeah, Mr. Whiskers contest.
You say really good.
Well, an old timer told me that's what they used to call it in the past river rallies when they did it. So I just figured it was a good thing. But it's basically catfish.
Okay.
Largest catfish caught is going to be the Mr. Whiskers contest.
And the whiskers have nothing to do with it.
Well, catfish have whiskers, so that's the only reason.
I thought they were going to measure them, maybe.
No. We'll be weighing and measuring fish in the different categories as far as age, and is also in first caught, largest caught, and there'll be a golden trout because we put a bunch of our own golden trout that we've raised in there as well. And I think everybody will have a good time. It's been great in the past. The turnout's been great. It's a $10 entry fee for everybody over 16.
What time does that
all
start?
the kids, I'm sorry?
What time does that start?
Oh, it's going to start Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. You can start checking fish. It'll run around the clock, clear up until noon on Sunday. We'll have a derby tent set up over there. for any information and also to check your fish in. We've ordered and got fishing rods and reels for the kids like we did in the past. Every kid that participates will get one.
Wow.
Hopefully we have enough. I think we purchased a little more this year than we did in the past years. But if for some unforeknown reason we would run out, we will get the name of the kid that didn't get one and we'll make that good with them. So that's basically the Derby. We'll have other things down there at the Derby tent. You can purchase a fish club license, membership for the year. We'll have tickets for our Orvis fishing package with rod, reel, gear pack loaded with gear, and $1,000 cash, and a half-day guided trip for two through the Orvis Club up at Nemacolin Woodlands Resort. We'll have ducky tickets if there's any left for the duck drop down there that you could purchase at the Derby tent.
Okay.
Also, the tag trout on the day of the Derby, during the times of the Derby, if you catch a tag trout, you turn that tag trout in. If you want to release it, you just bring the tag into the Derby tent. That's fine. We'll have a list of the tags that we put in. That's $50 for a tag trout during the Derby time, and then up until the end of 2023, if you're a club member, and anybody can join, you can turn in your tag if you catch one for $25.
Okay, so it goes down 50 during the event and
Yep.
to 25 throughout the rest of the year.
Yes, sir.
What's membership if someone wants to join?
$20, I believe, and you get a pin and a membership card, and that's good for the year.
Yeah. Now that tent you're talking, that'll be right here at the park.
It'll be over that way towards the boat ramp launch.
Kind of like your office for the weekend.
Kind of like it will be the office. We spend a lot of time in there. A lot of good people from the club helping out, and we have a good time and really enjoy watching the kids fish. So,
And your goal is to get kids involved in fishing. That's one of the reasons you're buying all those reels.
well, yeah, not only that, our whole purpose of this club, aside from raising fish and stocking fish, is that we're really trying to get more kids involved in the sport of fishing, so that they're not sitting on the couch at home playing video games. That they're getting out enjoying beautiful weather like this.
And this amazing river.
Well, there's nothing better than Connellsville, as far as I'm concerned. We got one of the most beautiful rivers in the country running through here, with plenty of fish and other sporting opportunities for people. We have the bike trail right here, the mountains right here. You couldn't live in a better place as far as I'm concerned.
I would agree. Now the river, they can fish the entire river, right? And just come back to this park, right?
Well, we usually set the location in years past from the South Connellsville Dam down to the West Draw Bridge, but last year we changed that up. If you want to fish anywhere along the Yough, obviously you can, as long as you get your fish checked in before the time runs out on the final day.
Okay. Get back here, basically.
Absolutely, get back to the Derby tent. The only downside to that I foresee is, when we first put these fish in, the tagged fish, the lunker catfish, and even our own fish, they're all going to be right down in this general area.
This will be the hot spot.
It will be a hot spot. So,
Yeah.
but that's up to the individual anglers. If whatever they want to do is good with me.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Ron, now that's just getting started on Saturday, so you got a lot more happening Saturday.
We got a busy day, so we're going to kick things off probably around 9 in the morning, like you said, with the tournament starting. But we're also going to allow our vendors to open up their stands at that point as well. We're going to run our vendors how we did last year, kind of on the opposite side of where we're at here to be to my right.
Right.
And we're on the far end where the Historical Society property is. We're hoping to develop that into a children's end.
Okay.
So we're trying to get some craft vendors and different vendors with more programs associated for children and move them down to that end there as well.
Right.
So we're hoping to kick that off. We start at 10 o'clock will be our children's pageant, the Jewle of the Yough.
Uh-huh.
And that was a pretty successful event last year.
Now, you
and,
moved that from Sunday, is that right?
we
Originally?
moved that from Sunday for
Yeah.
scheduling. It kind of helped with schedule, I think, with some of the children and some other events going on.
Right.
So the Jewle of the Yough is going to be on, I do 10 o'clock on Saturday morning here.
Okay.
And it's a pretty good event. The Connellsville High School cheerleaders help us kind of run that event.
And that's on the stage here?
That'll be on the stage here in the
Okay.
park, yes. Sir.
Excellent.
And then we'll follow up with that with the tug of war.
Okay.
At 12 o'clock. The Armstrong tug of war will run from 12 to 3.
Right.
Again, that event has taken off a little bit over the last couple years, and we've expanded the prize money this year a good bit. So we're hoping that we could draw in some more competition for that, and really make that event take off for us.
Yeah, and Armstrong's happy to sponsor that. We've had a lot of fun with that. So Dave from our local program from the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel is going to be here. He's going to be joined by Jeff, the host of Stuff I Never Knew, and they're actually going to be kind of emceeing that event.
Yeah, which will be great. And you guys did a good job last year, and we anticipate the same this year.
Yeah,
sure.
well, what's fun, we actually, Dave turns it into our program that we actually can run on the channel, so
Yes,
that makes a lot of fun.
That was a great video for us to be able to share on our page as well.
Now, you are actually trying to increase the number of teams that are involved with the tug of war this year.
We're hoping to, yeah, we're hoping to. We're trying to reach out to organizations. Any organizations that's interested, please get your teams and get involved in it. It's a fun event. It's a challenging event, but it's exciting, and we have some good prize money involved. So get involved with us, please.
What I've been surprised at the number of people that come as spectators. Of course, their families come, but it's lined up along the bank there.
Yeah, it draws a pretty good crowd for us.
I always get a nice sunburn that day too, because usually I haven't had much sun up at that point. And along that water, so bring your sunscreen if you're going to come down and join that. So what else has happened on Saturday?
Then we'll start the entertainment, the music entertainment. We're going to start off with Nick Polito.
Okay.
He's going to start playing around 3 o'clock. We're going to follow him up with Shiva Skydriver.
Okay.
They're going to follow. They'll play up until our headlining act that night, which will be Andy Davis again.
Okay. Now, Mike, you're working with the tug of war too, right?
Yeah, Mr. Evans, Richard, he's a club member. He also is the athletic director and transportation director for the school district. He has organized this the last couple years and done a ton of work for it. He's actually in charge of everything. I'm just a helper. But I know that he put some information out. I think we have on our page how you can sign up for it, correct?
Yeah, the information's on our Facebook page. You could find that, and we'll have some posters going around town as well.
Okay.
Like everything that Mr. Evans does, he has researched the history of the tug of war, the rules across the ages of tug of war, and has thrown himself right into getting involved with this. And I know that he's hoping for a great turnout because it's like you said, it's fun. It's not only fun for the people that are pulling, it's fun for the people that are watching. So.
There's some competition going on too. It's competitive, which makes it fun.
Well, anytime you have a competition like that, you're going to get some jawing back and forth, and they have a good time with it. So we're hoping that it turns out well. And like you said earlier, we're praying for good weather.
Yeah, and you have like a sand pit down there that they actually work in.
Yeah, the nice thing, and I want to take a moment before I even broach that subject. The city of Connellsville and the street department down here, they've been helpful every year getting this ready, because as with the river, it comes up and goes down, and when it does, it moves the stuff on the bank around, like the sand and other things, and that has to all be tailored back in so that we have a nice level area full of sand down there, and they've been real helpful getting that ready for us, and we appreciate that, and looking forward to the same this year.
Yeah, that's good. We appreciate everyone's help. And while we're talking about that, your club is not the only ones that are working with this. You have other organizations that are involved.
Yeah,
too.
we work with the Connellsville Recreation Board, which handles all of our parks in town here, and also the Connellsville Festival Association, which provides the fireworks for us on 4th of July.
Right. So they help you with the event, but they also get some of the proceeds from the event.
That's correct. Yeah, we try to benefit all the organizations that we can out of this. We try to help out everybody.
It's nice to share.
Yeah, that's right.
It's nice to have the extra help too. So is that all for Saturday? I think we covered Saturday.
That's pretty much it for
And then-
Saturday. We finish things off, like I said, with the Andy Davis band, and that'll be the end for Saturday. Probably around between 10 and 11 again.
Okay. And then Sunday's the last day, and also a big day.
Sunday we kick off again in the morning with the fishing derby. We'll continue in the morning, and then we'll run that right up until noon, and we do the anything that floats.
Okay.
So anything that floats is anything that floats other than a boat. So you can make a boat out of anything. It just can't be a boat.
Yeah. And you've had some unique entries.
We've had some good entries in it, and I look forward to some of the good ones this year. I hope we get a good turnout. And again, we're looking for groups in the community to step up and come up and make your boat and get into this competition with us.
Yeah. Well, that's some good news for you. Armstrong actually is going to have an entry.
That's great.
And it is Dave and Dominic from the Bikes and Hikes, so they might have to change it to Bikes, Hikes, and Boats. I'm not sure if they can amend the title, but they're going to be here. I'm not sure what they're going to be floating on, but they're going to be floating on something.
We look forward to having them. That'll be nice. I'm glad you guys are going to be involved in that.
Yeah, I don't know if they can turn Dave's van upside down maybe and float it down.
Yeah, we could try that. Yeah,
They could try that. Yeah, they probably would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what else is happening on Sunday?
We have some music entertainment. We have the Cash Out Band, which is a Johnny Cash cover band. They're going to play, and they're going to start around 1 o'clock and play till about 3. And then we're going to follow that up with our annual duck drop, which the duck drop is we drop 2,000 ducks off the bridge. We use like an excavator bucket, drop 2,000 numbered ducks off the bridge. We sell the ducks for $10 a chance. And we're going to give $10,000 in prize money away based on that duck drop.
Yeah. And that money is divided up. It's a total's
Yeah,
10,000.
it totals 10,000. It ends up being like 70, 20, and 10, or 10, I believe, is how we did it.
Okay, that's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
We drop the ducks. They float down to a designated point here, and it's always a big challenge trying to gather the ducks. Once we collect the first 3, the gathering of the ducks is always a challenge.
I haven't been here to see that, but I could only imagine.
Well, we have an army of club members and volunteers out there in kayaks racing up and down the river with big fishing nets trying to gather what's escaped over the barrier down there. So
There's a saying about getting your ducks all in a line, so I imagine that's what that's kind of about.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, the club has done a great job, fellas, and I appreciate bringing this
Thank you.
back to Connellsville and all you do for the community, in addition to what you do for fishing, and appreciate all that.
We have one more band that'll close out after the duck drop. That'll be the Variety Pack band.
Okay.
They'll close out the event. We close up probably around 5:30 is what time we'll finish up down here
Okay.
in the cleanup. But this event couldn't be possible without the sponsors. I mean, all the community businesses have all kicked in, and everybody's helping us with sponsorship levels to help make this happen for us down here and make us possible. So we're open for anybody that's interested in sponsoring. We're still looking, and any local vendors that would like to come down and display their craft, we still have openings for that as well.
Okay. And how would they get a hold of you? What's the best way to do that?
They could reach us through the Facebook page if
Okay.
they just message on the Facebook page. Yes.
And that's General Braddock's Fish Club, I
General
think.
Braddock's Fish Club or the Yough River Alley Facebook page.
Yeah. And all the events he mentioned are listed on there too. So if you want to get some more detail, you just follow up with the Facebook page. Guys, anything else that we missed you want to share?
well, there's nothing you missed about our actual event. I just want to take just 1 minute here just to thank Armstrong for everything they do for the community, the great videos that they put out for everything and anything that's going on here in the area, and especially what they've done for our fish club. We thank you very much.
Yeah, we were very welcome, and thank you. We're glad to be part of it. We want to be part of the community too, and this is a good way for us to do that. Anything else, Ron, you want to share?
That's it. I'm just going to share the poster with everybody.
Okay.
This is our River Alley poster for this year.
Lots of activities, and it keeps growing every year. So that's great.
It does. It seems to get better every
Yeah.
year.
And you're fine tuning some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We try to make it bigger and better every year.
Yeah,
So
that's good. Well, wish you guys well. I'll be praying for Sutton. The last 2 years we've done really well with that, so we'll keep praying for Sutton. And now, you're in the know.